And this is our black belt workout for Wednesday, May 13th. Chodiat, come to attention. Koke, Tahayo Kunye, salute to the flag. Haro, return to front. Chodiat, Kwanjing them Nk, Tahayo Kunye, bow to me.
Sir, can you turn your volume up a little?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm using the same stuff that I've used in the past. Let me check something real quick.
Maybe it's just because you were back a little bit farther.
Is this better?
Well, it was always good when you were standing there.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
It's okay, but I'll just have to pay better attention, sir.
Tammy, did you check the volume on yours?
Yep, I just did. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. I'll try and be a little bit louder. That's fine. Chodiat Kunye, Anjo, kneel down. Bansong, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Relax. Aerosol. All right, I want to remind everyone to remind your students to get signed up for the virtual tournament. Registration is ongoing, and I think that only runs through the end of this week. Okay? Chodiat, Kunye, 25 jumping jacks on your own. Make sure your hands touch over your head, and Shishak.
I think let's switch our volume. I'm going to shut mine off and you turn yours on. I turned my computer on.
Kuman, feet shoulder width, guard up. We're going to do knee raise squats. So you're going to come down, bring your knee up to meet your hand, other knee up to meet your hand. 25 of them on your own. Shishak. Kuman, hands on your hips, rotate your hips. Reverse. Arch your back, bend forward. All right, on your backs, 10 regular sit-ups or crunches, 10 leg lifts, 5 V-sits. Shishak. Go ahead and rock back on one elbow, grab the top of one foot, pull that quad back, stretch out your quad. If you don't feel like you're getting enough of a stretch on this, arch your back more, pull your toes towards the back of your head. Switch, other leg. 25 push-ups on your own, Shishak. Get somebody else joining us. Hello, Mr. Para. Good to see you. All right, everyone. Out assault. Chariot. Hyum. Kibon, Kicho, Kaki Yochum, all on your own. Just go straight through them. When you're done, the very end, go ahead and return to Chunbi.
Yes, sir.
Ready? First three forms. Shishak. Hey!
Hey!
Hiya! Hey! Hey!
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah!
Hey!
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 Yeah! Hey!
Hey!
Yeah!
All good? All right, good, good. Guard up, left fighting stance. We go through the 18 count. So, start with a left shin block, 1. After your left shin block, we're gonna step back, out, right leg roundhouse kick to the inside of the thigh, and then back. 1, 2. All right, after that, we're gonna do the same kick, but to the outside of the thigh. 1, shin block. 2, left inside round. 3, left outside round. 4 is going to be our cross. 5 is going to be our hook. All right, 1, block. 2, kick. 3, kick. 4, cross. 5, hook. 6 is going to be our rear leg roundhouse kick, or right leg roundhouse kick in return. All right, I'm going to say Shishak. Actually, I'll count it off. You guys go through. 1, shin block. 2, kick. 3, kick. 4, cross. 5, hook. 6, kick. Keep repeating that sequence. Let me watch. Mr. Para? Two left leg roundhouse kicks. So it's shin block, left leg roundhouse kick to the inside of their thigh, left leg roundhouse kick to the outside. So don't switch your legs on that. It's left both times.
1, 2, 3,
Yep. Cross, cross punch.
right,
Yep. Left hook,
and hook, left,
and then a right roundhouse kick.
right, left.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the second part of the 18 count now.
1, please.
So for the second part, they're coming in with their lead leg front thrust. You're going to parry down with your left hand. So 7, parry down. 8, you're going to do a right leg roundhouse kick to the back of their leg, boom, and return. All right, let's do that again. 7, parry down. 8, right leg roundhouse to the back of their leg and return. 9, 10, 11, 12 are exactly the same thing as 3, 4, 5, 6. So 9, I'm going to do my left roundhouse kick to the outside, 10, I'm going to do my cross. 11, I'm going to do my hook. 12, right leg roundhouse kick and return. All right, we're doing 7 through 12 again. So 7, parry down. 8, right leg round. 9, left leg round. 10, cross. 11, hook. 12, right leg roundhouse kick and return. Keep doing just that second set while I watch.
Sir.
Yep. Good, good, okay. Everybody feel okay on that? All right, let's move on to the final set of 6. They're coming in with their haymaker. We are going to jam. I do a lead hand jam. Some people do a backhand jam. I don't care, whichever one. Either is fine. All right, so 13, jam. 14, cross. 15, hook. And again, jam, right cross, left hook. Good. After the left hook, downward elbow with the right. So 13, jam. 14, cross. 15, hook. 16, downward elbow. 17, grab them, knee strike. And again, 13, jam. 14, cross. 15, hook. 16, lower elbow. 17, knee strike. And 18, right leg roundhouse kick, which starts your opponent's side. All right, do that set again on your own. Let me watch. Yeah.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
All right, good. Let's take it all the way from the beginning now. And I'll give the techniques too. Our first time through will go fairly fast. I'm sorry, fairly slow. 1, left shin block. 2, left roundhouse kick to the thigh. 3, another left roundhouse kick to the outside thigh. 4, right cross. 5, left hook. 6, 6, right roundhouse kick and return. It was on autopilot there. 7, parry them down with your left hand. 8, right leg roundhouse kick to the back of their leg. 9, left leg roundhouse kick. 10, cross. 11, hook. 12, right leg roundhouse kick and return. 13, jam their haymaker. 14, cross. 15, hook. 16, downward elbow. 17, knee strike. 18, right roundhouse kick. By my count, guys. Ready? 1, shin block. 2, left kick. 3, left kick. 4, right cross. 5, left hook. 6, right roundhouse and return. 7, parry down left. 8, right roundhouse kick to the back of the leg and return. 9, cross. 9, left roundhouse kick. 10, cross. 11, hook. 12, right leg roundhouse kick and return. 13, jam. 14, cross. 15, hook. 16, downward elbow. 17, knee strike. 18, right roundhouse. Looking good, guys, looking good. All right. Anyone have any questions on that?
Also,
No, sir.
Good, good. Let's go ahead and move right on to the 15 count kickboxing drill, all right? Put your hand up if you know this one, and then leave it up so I can just kind of get a feel for it. Anybody here comfortable with it? Mr. Nelson, Mr. Turcotte, Master Imler-ish? Ish. Okay, cool. We'll get through it. All right, guys. So, first thing that's happening is our opponent is coming with that cross hook that we've been throwing. So, from our left fighting stance, number 1 on the 15 count is a left hand parry against their cross. All right. Number 2 is just covering against their hook. So I'm just bringing my hands up to cover. All right, so 1, 2, cover. 3 is going to be a left horizontal elbow strike. 4 is a right downward elbow strike. 5 is our piercing right knee strike. All right, so again, parry, cover, left elbow, right elbow, knee. Good. Parry, cover, left elbow, right elbow, knee. Keep going just on those first 5.
Sir.
Good, Mr. Turcotte.
Very glass, elbow, elbow.
Good. So one quick note. Remember to distinguish between an upward knee strike, where you're thinking about grabbing them and pulling them into, like pulling their face into your knee, and a piercing knee strike, where you're actually attacking outside of a clinch. All right, this is a piercing knee strike, so we want that knee to be driving forward, almost like you're doing a front thrust kick. It's that same sort of hip motion. All right, let me see if I can remember what's next. Downward elbow, piercing knee strike. Oh, right. So our next part is very, very similar to the 4 count that showed up several times in the 18 count. We're just going to add 1 knee strike in there. So I start out left back, right out, left outside round, cross, hook, but then before my right leg roundhouse kick, I'm going to do another knee strike. Okay? So number 6, left roundhouse, 7, cross, 8, hook, 9, right knee strike, 10, right roundhouse kick, and return. All right, let me watch that. Just on your own.
That was 4.
Can you verbalize, sir?
Okay, yep, let me go ahead and talk you guys through it. So it's going to be left roundhouse, go. Right cross, left hook. Right piercing knee, right roundhouse and return. Good. And again, left roundhouse, right cross, left hook, right knee, right roundhouse and return. Good. One more time on your own, go. Keep your guard up, Braden.
1. Will you come to again, please?
What was that, sir?
Would you hold me one more time, please? Because in the first move. Would you do it one more time, please?
Absolutely. Starting from the very beginning?
No,
For the second set? Okay. From my left fighting stance, it's the same footwork that we did in the 18 count. I'm sliding my left foot back, my right foot off the line, so that I'm not eating that cross. Roundhouse kick left. Then right cross, left hook. Right knee, right round. That help?
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the third sequence. So, what's happening here is they are coming again with that right cross, just straight down the center. We are going to do a lead leg front thrust kick. If you hear people talk about a teep, that's what this is, where we're checking their forward movement by kicking them back. All right, so 11, teep. That drives them back. They come right back again with that same cross. And what we're going to do is we're just going to dodge out of the way. There's no parry, there's no cover, it's just a slip. Okay, so that's number 12. 11, front thrust or teep. 12, dodge out of the way. 13, left hook. 14, right cross, which drives them back. So they're falling back to cover. We're going to chase them down with our hopping kick or our skitch kick. So I'm going to drive or drag my right leg, begin the kick with my left, instead step down and come with my right leg round. Right. Let's do that again. So they're coming to hit, we teep, left leg. We slip, left hook, right cross to drive them back, chase them down with our right chasing roundhouse kick. And again, teep 11, slide 12, left hook 13, right cross 14, chase them down 15. All right. Teep left, dodge, left hook, right cross, chase them down, right roundhouse. Just keep going on your own. If you get stuck, put your hand up and wave, and then I'll know. Our audio doesn't seem to be great. Okay, we're looking pretty good on this. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, let's take it from the very beginning, and then I want to try this in a slightly different way after we've got it down. So starting all the way back to number 1. They are coming with their cross and hook. Number 1, parry the cross. Number 2, cover the hook. Number 3, left elbow inward. Number 4, right snap elbow downward. Number 5, right knee strike. Number 6, we are going to dance back, left roundhouse kick. Number 7, right cross. Number 8, left hook. Number 9, right knee. Number 10, right roundhouse and return. Number 11, left leg teep. Number 12, slip to the side. 13, hook. 14, drive them back with the cross. 15, chase them down. All right. One more time on your own. I'll still call through it, but I'll watch this time. So, parry, 1, cover, 2, left hook, 3, left elbow, 3, right downward elbow, 4, right knee strike, 5. Left roundhouse, 6, right cross, 7, left hook, 8, right knee, 9, right round and return, 10. Left leg teep, 11, slip to the left, 12, left hook, 13, right cross, 14, chase them down, 15. Good. All right, so the last thing that I want to do on this sequence, assuming that there's no questions, is I also want us to practice the other side, what the other person needs to do, because it's a little bit more complicated than what we had to have in the 18 count. So if you are partner B, if you're the one who's feeding instead of the one who is responding, we are going to start with 1, our cross, 2, our left hook. Okay? Then they beat on us for a moment. Then they beat on us for a moment more. That'd be the second 5 count right there. Then we're coming in with our right cross, and we get driven back by that teep. We come in again with our right cross. All right, they're hooking, they're driving us back, our hands come up to cover, fade back a good, 8-10 feet so that they have to chase you down with that right roundhouse kick. All right, did that all make sense? Okay, let's do it one more time. So again, we're the aggressors this time. Cross, hook, nothing for 3, 4, 5, nothing for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, drive and get driven back. 12, drive with the right. 14 rather, cover and fade back. Okay, let me watch that one more time. So, cross hook for the first 5, go. Nothing for the next 5. Right cross, get driven back. Go ahead. All right, right cross again. After your right cross, cover, because they're coming in with their cross to drive back to chase you down with the kick. Okay, guys, that's looking good. Anybody have any questions on that?
So when they're kicking us, you just want us to do the elbows, or if we have pads?
If you have pads, go ahead and hold a pad for them. Otherwise, get tough and let them beat on you. Kind of depends on what specifically we're doing, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I have to go back to work, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sensei. I would have started us out on the cane if I knew you only had half an hour. I apologize.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yep, take care. All right, guys, let's move on to our next set of forms. Chariot, Hyung, Kaki Yichung, through Gunbon. So 3 forms, Kaki Yichung, Kaki Samchung, and Gunbon. Just like we did before, all on your own, Chundi. When you're done, with all 3, return to Chumbi position, and we'll move on to our next item. Ready? And Shishak. Hey!
Yep.
Hey!
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 Yep.
Hey!
Yep.
Hey!
Hey!
Yep.
Hey!
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Hey! Hey! Hey! Good, good. All right, grab your collie sticks.
Question, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
For some reason I lost it after the second one. Said, no, when you turn and go back towards the top of the key, is that a low section?
Nope, it is a regular double knife hand block before the kicking sequence.
Nope, okay. That's all I needed, sir. It's just that for some reason I was like, what are my hands supposed to be doing? Okay.
I know exactly the reason, because it's really easy to start doing Chunji and Ilchung there instead.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
All right, guys, single stick to start with.
Sir.
Have it in your right hand, left foot fighting stance, cover with the left hand. We're just gonna go through the 12 count striking drill. All right, so 1, step forward, angle 1, 2, angle 2. 3, step back, horizontal. 4, maintain position, outward horizontal. 5, step forward, poke. 6, maintain position, come from high left to low right. 7, step back, high right to low left. 8, drop down the center line. 9, step forward, low angle 1. 10, maintain position, low angle 2. 11, step back, reverse low angle 2. 12, reverse low angle 1. We're all solid on that, right? If I just count, we can do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch hands. So now we're in a right fighting stance. Sticks in our left. 1, 2, 3, horizontal, 4, horizontal, 5, step forward, poke, 6, outward poke, 7, step back, 8, drop down. 9, low, 10, low, 11, reverse, 12, reverse. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, we good on that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Get your other stick. from straddle stance or parallel stance, abcedario without a partner. So we're going to pivot our hips, high strike right, high strike right. Pivot, high strike left, high strike left. Pivot, high strike right, low strike left. Pivot, high strike left, low strike left. I think I misspoke there. Pivot, high strike, low tap and return, high strike, same thing left. High strike, low tap and return, high strike. All right. On your own, go through the whole pattern. Okay, good.
I don't know if I'm doing that right, so maybe I'm putting more steps that I had.
Quite possibly, because a lot of people build additional stuff into this. We'll talk through it again. So for each of the 3 different parts of it, we're going to strike right side and then left side. So the first part is pivot in with a right strike, both high. Pivot the other direction, left strike, both high. That's first set. Second set, we're coming in high, low, and then left, high, low. Third set, high, low and return, high with our right, then pivot, high with our left, low, return, high with our left. Did that help, Mr. Parra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Maybe. Then I got them all.
Yeah, it should be, let's see, 8 plus 6, it should be 14 strikes total. All right, to help remember that and to help teach it, I believe it was Master Borquist that gave me this walkthrough, and it always stuck with me. And I don't know if it's actually accurate or if it's just one way of thinking about it, but it's a cool way of thinking about it. So when we're practicing abcedario, ABCs, the idea is we started out with our brand new student just coming in and feeding an angle 1 strike. And for the first few days of training, every time that we did that, they managed to, or they didn't manage to do anything, they got hit with the collie stick. All right, eventually, they got good enough that when we're coming with our high strike, they are blocking with their high strike. So that second series where we're going high, low, is because they blocked the high strike. We came in, they blocked it, fine, we'll hit them in the leg. Okay? That third series is when they get good enough to block our high strike, they block our low strike. We see that they're coming to block our low strike, and instead we pull it back and hit high again. So it's kind of building off the level of expertise of our partner. And now I want to go through the fourth part of that. This is not canonical, it's not something that our students need, but I've always liked it. So for the fourth part, we are pivoting in high right, we're coming in low right, and then instead of letting the stick return all the way up, what I'm going to do after my low right here, I'm going to take my left hand and hit my own stick. I'm going to let that make my right hand circle all the way around for another left strike, or another right strike. So it's angle 1, right, Watique, reverse angle 1, right, hit with the left, make a big circle with the right stick, and it comes right back and hits them. Then we pivot. Left, come up, hit with the right, big circle. Okay. Do we know this one? Is this one that we've all worked on before?
No, sir.
Okay, let me see if I can explain what we're doing here then, because that will help. I come in to hit my opponent, and they block, boom. I come back to hit them again, they block that. So what I'm doing here, that part where I'm hitting my stick, what I would actually be doing is hitting their wrist, right? Because they've blocked with their own low block, wham, I'm hitting their wrist. And then after I've hit their wrist, move their arm out of the way, I bring that stick all the way around and hit their arm again. All right, so blocked, blocked, hit, hit. but we just actually get our own stick because it sounds cool and helps us get that circular motion. Does that make sense? Can you guys kind of visualize that?
Yes, sir.
A little bit? All right, cool.
It's new, but it's understandable.
I like it. Making that circle is good for loosening up the wrists and stopping people from, doing that stiff straight arm. All right, guys, Sinwali. So sticks are both on one side. We are doing 6-count Sinwali. So strike, strike, hit and return. Strike, strike, hit and return. All right. I don't care if you do heaven, standard, earth, or if you mix them up, but make sure that your flow is good and that it's a staccato pattern, not a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it should be there, 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 there. There's no break to it. Go. Good. Okay, that looks nice. All right, so now let's go ahead and switch to our 8-count. So an 8-count, very, very similar. If I'm doing high, coming all the way through, all the way through. This one, instead of hitting and returning under my arm, is again going to come all the way through, and then this one's going to come all the way through. So the difference between the 3-count and the 4-count, there's no watique, there's no pop back. It's all just flowing in the same direction, and you will always end up right back where you started. If I start with the sticks chambered on my right side and do my 4-count, 1, 2, 3, 4, I end up with the sticks on my right side again. So do a few 4-counts on each side. If you want to mix them up, obviously low is all low. Standard is high, low, low, high. Awkward for me. Okay, that's looking good. So now we're going to put those together. And what this does, that 3-count allows us to trade sides. So if we're doing an 8-count and then a 6-count, it will be high all the way through, 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 and comes under. There's our 4-count. Now to switch sides, high all the way through, high all the way through, high watique, and now I'm on my left side. Now I do my left side 4-count. 1, 2, 3, 4, then my left side 3-count. 1, 2, 3, and return, and now I'm back to my right side. Make sense? Good. Braden, you're looking solid. I know that those are harder to handle than regular sticks. Good job.
Can I see that count one more time?
Absolutely. The 4-count or the 4-count plus the 3-count?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 4-count. I'm going to really exaggerate my movements here. I'm going to come all the way over to my opposite side. I'm going to come all the way over and leave myself open. I'm going to come all the way back to the opposite side, so I'm wide open now. And then I'm going to come all the way back and under. Obviously, I don't actually want to stand there like this while I'm stick fighting, but I found that if you remember that you want to come all the way to the outside, that helps make certain that you're not getting your own sticks gummed up together.
Yes, sir.
Then once you're there, 3-count is all the way through, hit, and return.
Okay, that's where I was missing it. Alrighty.
Yep,
Yes,
and
sir.
that just allows us to then flow through so that we're doing it on both sides.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Come on. All right, guys. take 30, 45 seconds, get some water if you need, and then we'll come back and reconvene.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
All right, raise your hand if you have a comma handy. Anyone? Gibson, Imler. Okay, we won't do that right now then. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of the Hapkido work. We'll go through the 24 count, and then we'll see if we can do the 44 count, the counter kata. Sorry, the 44 count and the counter kata. Those are tougher to do without partners. I know everyone in here knows the 24 count.
Yes, sir.
Give me a show of hands if you know the 44 count.
I used to, sir.
Okay, no, this is good. This is better than I was hoping or expecting. Not better than I was hoping. I was hoping they would be like, yeah, and studying that video.
It's been 8 weeks, sir.
I understand. And how about the counter kata? I know it's been a while since we've worked on that because it got changed from 2nd degree to 3rd degree, so we really haven't been focusing on it. We've got that one? Okay, cool. Okay, that should be fine. Let's go ahead and start with the regular 24 count. If you want to grab a pool noodle and do that, you absolutely can. I'm gonna do it empty hand this time, but it's up to you guys. Visualize your opponent. All right, this is really, really key to working remotely or working without a partner. You've gotta really be able to think about where they're at. So they're coming in with their punch or their grab. I parry, number 1, wrench. Number 2, wrench up. Number 3, roll over. Number 4, vertical wrist crank. Number 5, pop them at the elbow. Number 6, up onto your shoulder and crank down. They pull loose, catch in your right hand. Number 7, palm heel to the elbow. Number 8, forearm strike to the elbow. Number 9, roll them over. Number 10, right around into udegarame. Number 11, gather them up for sankyo. Number 12, pop your right hand out to reinforce that sankyo. Number 13, collapse their elbow into your armpit, wind through, and crank on the bone. Number 14, grab their fingers, break them down and out. Number 15, draw them out into gokyo. So they're standing here like this now. Number 16, pop to the thumb, come along. Number 17, draw them right back on out, transitional gokyo, pop to the pinky, pop up, reach in, grab their thumb, plant to your chest, rotate inward. It's kind of a combination of Nikyo and Sankyo. 18, collapse their elbow into your armpit, break fingers up. 19, break fingers down. 20, draw them out into Yubidori. 21, rotate their pinky finger out, gather them up. 22, grab the wrist, pop them in the ribs, spin behind them, gyakute soi. Number 23, reach over, ring them out for the shonagi, the 4 corner. And 24, toss them down. Anyone have any questions on the techniques?
Could we do it one more time? More, sir?
One more time slower, you said?
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone wants to pause at a particular technique or has questions, just say something, okay?
Yep.
1, block, right arm wrenches in. 2, reverse, wrench their arm up. 3, tricep rub, roll them over. 4, draw out, vertical wrist crank, so they're like this, you're cranking their pinky finger up. They push in, you're gonna slip them off to your left side by moving your left hand onto the wrist and pushing it out, the same time that you pop their elbow. 6, roll them all the way up onto your shoulder, crank down on the elbow. they pull loose and let their thumb come up, you catch their right wrist in your right hand, thumbs up. 7, palm heel strike with the left to their elbow. 8, forearm strike to their elbow. Number 9, just like number 3, tricep rub, roll them over. Number 10, they're starting to pull loose, and we're just going to come right on up into our Udigarami, our arm coil. Number 11, I'm bringing them back around, hand over to my center line, plant, twist in and drive up for my Sankyo. Number 12, they start to dance back, so I'm going to shoot my right hand out against their back while maintaining my Sankyo with the left hand. That way they can't escape. Number 12, collapse their elbow into your armpit and then wind your right hand through that space, either knife hand style, which I find much more painful, or grab your own wrist and rev the motorcycle. Either of those are fine. All right, that is number 13. Number 14, what's that, ma'am?
13.
13, very good. Number 14, grab their fingers, crank them out and down. So my positioning here is this way. I'm bracing my thumb against the back of their fingers and then snapping them like breadsticks. All right, number 15. Draw them out, wrist crank. This is that hamburger grip, right? Nom, nom, nom. There. All right.
Yes, sir.
Number 16, when you establish the change in grip for number 16, it should make an audible sound and it should hurt your partner. We're not just grabbing their thumb. I am pushing on the back of their hand and then letting my left hand slide off the back of their hand and snag at their thumb. So it should be like pop right there. Then take my other hand, lift up their elbow, walk them through, collapse their elbow, and then brace up. Good. I'm going to basically rewind that motion that I just did, so I'm bringing their arm right back out. This is not a full Gokyo. We're bringing them to this position, but we're not cranking. We're just going to immediately pop to the pinky finger with our right hand. Left hand bends their elbow. Left hand reaches through, grabs their thumb, plants to our center line, rotates inward on them. Good. Number 18, I keep my grip on their thumb, right hand to their elbow, pull their elbow down into my armpit, and grab, break their fingers up. So again, this time my thumb is coming closer to me rather than on the opposite side of their hand, and I'm breaking their fingers by rotating inward. Then I do the same thing that I did before, rotate outward, cranking across the thumb, disengage, my right hand establishes grip on 2 of their fingers, my left hand establishes grip on the other 2. When I draw out, I'm going to brace them against my pinky finger and roll their fingers over my pinky. So that's my bar that I'm breaking them over, and I want to draw them out while I do it. I keep my grip with my left hand, turn them over if they're not already turned over from the broken fingers. Right hand comes up underneath their elbow, and I drive their shoulder upward, trying to lift them onto their feet. Good. Draw back, make sure that their arm stays straight. Bring it up onto your left shoulder. Pivot around behind them so you're almost like rear end to rear end. Pop your hips out, crank down. Reach over with your right hand, grab their wrist or hand, duck your head, twist them out over your head. All right, so this is our shionage, our 4-corner hold, and they're basically standing like this. To complete the throw, lift their elbow up so that you can actually throw them, crank down. That help?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, any questions on that?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
All right, let's see if we can get through the 44 count then. Broad movements, guys. We'll fine tune when we've actually got, wrists to crank on. But for right now, let's see if we can just get the basics. And I'll chunk this off into a few different sets. Our opponent has grabbed our right wrist. Smack them with your left hand. Right foot steps out, bring your hand up so that their arm comes up and bends. Left hand catches, plucks them off. Right hand cups underneath the elbow. Step into their space. Right knee hits them in the thigh as I'm beginning that rowing motion, pushing their elbow to the ear. Left foot steps forward as I draw them the rest of the way out. All right? So what just happened there, I've grabbed my opponent. They step over to the side after hitting me in the face. My arm is basically like this, and I'm still trying to hold on to their wrist. They pluck their hand out. They cup underneath my elbow. They step into me, knocking me this way, and draw my arm out to here. Again, 1. Good. They should currently be planted. Your left hand is on their wrist. The wrist is planted basically against your left hip. For number 2, I'm going to pull it off of my left hip, put it onto my right shoulder. Right hand reaches over, hooks into the elbow, so now we've got that Z-lock crank. You can give a slight bow and turn if you would like. Okay. Good, starting again from 1. Hit them, step through, pluck the hand off, cup under the elbow, step into their space, complete your step, plant them on your hip. 2, bring them up to your right shoulder, hook their elbow, turn, bow. Good. 3, pull their hand off of your shoulder so your left hand just moves forward. Your right hand comes all the way underneath, flicks their nose, flicks fingers into eyes, uppercuts, whatever you want. Grabs their hand, and it should almost be palm to palm with your pinky finger upward. Then rotate their pinky finger inward. Good. The next one is almost the same technique, it's just a slightly different direction. I'm going to drop their hand down. So all that I did there is went from here to here, and then I am rotating inward. So from my opponent's standpoint, this all looked something like this. Here, 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 there, there, then here, this way. Yeah, that was harder to do than I expected. All right, question, ma'am.
So when you said going inward, you meant inward to your opponent on that last technique. We're going inward towards our opponent, not towards ourselves.
Yes, ma'am. Let me find a better way to describe that. If from 3, you plant their hand down, if you imagine that you've got a clock face right there, we are going to rotate clockwise. Yep. Which would be outward for us, but inward for them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
Well, I think it's time to take their pinky and point it right into their belly.
Say again?
My thinking on it is I'm taking their pinky and make.
Yeah.
You froze up on me there, John, but if you said pinky rotates in, then you would be right.
Yep. Into their belly.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. 1, smack them, step to the outside, pluck, cup their elbow, step into their space, draw them out, ikkyo. 2, plant to your right shoulder, hook elbow, pivot in, bow, nikyo. 3, pull them off your shoulder, uppercut, grab their hand palm to palm, pinky finger towards face. 4, turn their hand over, rotate the platter towards their belly. Good. 5, grab and twist for Sankyo. 6, I'm going to collapse their elbow into my armpit, just like we've done in the other form, and then bend their fingers back. Good. 7, I'm just going to reverse that and bend their wrist forward, so it's a gooseneck compression.
Oh, sure.
So, from our Sankyo here, left hand collapses, comes to their hand, right hand comes around, bend their fingers back. Turn them over, compress with gooseneck. Good. All right, left hand reverses grip. So currently, I'm like this. I'm going to turn that hand over so my thumb is on top. My right hand, I unwind and match that grip. So this is, once again, your hamburger grip, right? And this one, we're going to pivot out into our Kodagaishi. Kodagaishi. Good. Maintain your grip with your right hand. Release with your left hand. Reach underneath. Grab the back of their hand. And now crank with your reinforced Kodagaishi. You can actually completely let go at this point with your right hand if you're so inclined, because you're bracing them up against your elbow. Oh, right there. Right. Is there a question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
From starting position. 1. 2. 3. Pinky towards face. 4. Turn it over, rotate pinky inward. 5. Straighten them out, Sankyo. 6. Left hand collapses their elbow, bend their fingers back. 7. Turn their hand over, gooseneck compression. 8. Right hand unwinds, catches the back of their hand. Left hand catches the back of their hand, hamburger grip, pivot out, Kodagaishi. Good. 9, right hand maintains grip, left hand releases, comes underneath, grabs the back of their hand, reinforced Kodagaishi. Now 10 would be stepping into position and throwing them with that reinforced Kodagaishi and a Tayatoshi foot position. We're not going to do that because it'll break them, but they're going to get loose when we do that. So 10 is right here, they pulled loose. I'm going to continue my pivot. They are now coming in with their haymaker. I'm going to step in and jam is the start to 11. Right? Yeah, I think that's probably about far enough on that. Guys, I'm going to end us a little bit early today. I did not get very much sleep last night. Is there anything that yeah, me too. Is there anything that you guys would like to work on for the last 15 minutes?
Nothing that really comes to mind.
Master Imler?
I'm good, sir. Whatever anybody else wants to work on.
All right, Ms. Turcotte, Mr. Gibson?
Sorry, we've got feet.
I want to work some more on the cane and have you guys watch.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss lower rank than 4th Dan. Then we'll do our bow out, and then those who are 4th Dan and above will work cane. For the rest of you, if you want to work the cane form, you're absolutely welcome to. We're not going to, teach it to you, but you can follow along. All right. Chodiet. Koke tayo kunye. Paro. Kwanjing nim enke tayo kunye. Angyang hi kashapseo for our 3rd Dan and below. And everyone else, get your cane. Good to see you all, as always.
I unmuted myself already, so, but you need to, are you gone already? Okay.
I think
Master Blumerick,
Yes, ma'am.
when I was going through stuff, the biggest problem I had was the transitions from 34 to 37, those last, because it's hard to see Master Kim on the video.
34 to 37. Give me a
Oh,
second.
hang on.
No, I've got
Sorry.
it. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. I got my count goofed up there. Hang on.
34. So after the
31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36,
here.
37. So after that or during the 34 to 37?
Well, I can get to that point, and then I have trouble remembering which way I need to move
Got it.
my feet and my hands. So if we want to just start at the beginning, I'm okay with that, and then
Okay, let's go ahead and start at the beginning, and when we get up to that point, then we'll fine tune a little bit more. Chariot, Kunye, Chunbi, or Gubon. And I'm going to go by the count until we get to 31. If we get stuck, or if I'm going too fast, somebody say something. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir?
yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aya.
Okay.
7, transitional chunbi. 8, push away. 9, turn over, pull in. 10, turn back over, fling them down. 11, step forward, overhead strike, kia, aya.
Okay.
12, pivot, guard. 13, hook the ankle. 14, step forward, clavicle strike. 15, reverse grip, so right hand catches underneath, pivot all the way around into our open stance, inviting attack. That was 15. 16, shift out into a front stance, pop them in the temple. 17, step through, thread it across their throat. 18, dance behind them, step back, pull them in. 19, step forward, fling them away. 20, double-handed poke to the midsection. 21, single-handed poke to the groin. 22, snap to displace their balance. 23, 24, 25, 3 overhead. 26, pivot, strike with the crook to the midsection. 27, throat with the crook. 28, step forward, angle 2. 29, angle 1. 30, reverse angle 1. 31, shift into your back stance, poke them in the throat. All right. For 32, my right foot is going to come around about 90 degrees clockwise until I am in a back stance facing the rear of the room. If I was facing the front of the room at Chunbi, this will be facing the rear of the room. Okay, so 32, spin around. Good. All right, they step in with their punch. I'm going to hit their hand with the cane, that's 33, and catch their wrist. 34, shifting to a straddle stance, hit them in the ribs with the crook of the cane. Are we good, Ms. Turcotte?
Yes, sir.
Good. 35, pop them in the temple, just bring the cane up, bend their arm over it. 36, step forward, force them down. 37, aya, strike. So I'm currently in a left front stance facing the rear of the room. Everybody there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir?
Yes,
that's
sir.
37, aya.
I,
38, I step my right foot up to meet my left. I'm still bracing my weight on the cane. Low section side thrust kick to my left with my left leg. I set that down. I am in a front stance facing the side of the room. My right shoulder should be closest to the rear of the room. So if the front is north and the back is south, we are currently facing east. Are we good?
yes, sir.
Cool. All right, this is 39 and 40 is the reverse figure 8. So I'm coming up, and then it hits against the back of my arm. We good on that?
Yes, sir.
41, 42 is a regular figure 8. And then it tucks under the arm. 43, I step forward to the east, punch midsection, aya.
Hey.
Hey,
Cool. Practice up to there. Master Imler, help them out if they get stuck. I want to look something up because the transition from 43 to 44 changed at some point, and I still have something else gumming up the works. So you guys go ahead and work that just for a second while I look it up.
yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, chariot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and pull it in, block, 13, hook, 14, clavicle, 15, and block, 16, smack, 17, across the throat, 18, choke 'em, 19, drop 'em, 20, two-handed strike to the belly, 21, one-handed strike to the groin, 22, do a crank to the legs, 23, hit him on the head, 24, hit him on the head, 25, hit him on the head, one more time, 26, come back around, hook, 27, hook, 28, down, 29, come down, 30, upward strike, 31, choke to the face, or the throat, 32, in a back stance guard, 33, smack their hand, grab their hand, 34, hook, crook to the ribs, 35, smack them in the face, 36, wrap that up, take them down, 37, poke them, 38, step up, low section kick, side kick, 39, reverse figure 8, 40, reverse figure 8, 41, forward figure 8, 42, forward figure 8, swing underneath, step forward right, and punch with your right hand, and kia.
Okay, so we're currently, and thank you, Master Imler, that was really good. We're currently in a right front stance facing east. Is that consistent, and is my terminology good? Does east make sense here?
I'm sorry, sir, what was that?
I'm just verifying that we're all in the same position. We're in a right front stance facing east.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is the north, south, east, west terminology, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my left foot, I'm going to pivot it all the way around counterclockwise until I am in a front stance facing the back wall of the room, so facing south. So I'm going to spin all the way around into my front stance, and as I do that, I do a wedging block. Okay. Come back to 43 and let me watch.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do this one at a time. Master Imler, I don't really need to see you do it. I know you've got this. Mr. Gibson, show me. Good. Ms. Turcotte, show me.
So I'm going backwards.
Yep, all the way, and wedge. Cool, cool.
I'm sorry, what is my cane doing when I wedge? It's still under my arm?
Yep, just right here.
Okay.
All right, come on up and watch, because I'm gonna have to change facing so that we can see what's going on here. You can come closer to the camera, Ms. Turcotte. All right, so now I've changed. I'm pretending that the camera is the back of the room now. My next technique, so I'm in my left front stance facing the rear of the room. I am going to toss the cane so I can catch it about like that. I'm going to hook behind my opponent's head and under their arm. Yep. My next move, I'm going to knee strike, pull them into that knee strike. All right, so we pivoted, 44, 45, 46. I'm gonna grab hold of the cane, and now here's where the footwork gets a little bit complicated. Remember, I'm facing the rear of the room. I'm gonna take my left foot, spin all the way around counterclockwise, and then step forward with my right and fling them down. So, 44, 45, 46, grab, 47, 48, throw. Did that make sense?
When I am facing the back of the room, so south, when I'm wedging, which foot is forward, sir?
On the wedging block, your left foot is forward.
Okay. Left foot is forward.
Now toss the cane and grab it. Yep. Hook the cane behind their neck. Hook your left arm under their armpit. Knee strike them with your right foot. Set your right foot down. Grab the cane also with your left hand at the crook. Now our left foot is going to step all the way around. So your left foot is going to come towards the sound of the camera. Yep, that direction. All the way. And then take a step further over and fling them down. Yep. So you want to end up facing that way. There you go. Yep. Ayah. And I want to real quick check to make sure that I've got my count right on that. Give me just a second.
Should be at 48, sir.
48 is the fling down?
Yes.
Awesome. Go ahead and practice on your own for a second. I'm watching Ms. Turcotte. And now take a step there, Tammy. Good. So you also do need to catch the crook of the cane in your left hand.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so wedge, wedge,
Knee strike.
knee strike.
Grab the cane. Yep.
Grab the cane.
Step all the way around. One more step there. Then step forward with your right foot. Ayah. Yep. Good. Good. So what we're doing there, it's a little hard to visualize, but our opponent has come to grab us. That's our wedging block right there. So we're on their inside. I hook to their neck, hook under the arm. And what I'm really doing here, I knee them in the face or in the belly, and then I wouldn't be catching the cane. I would probably be catching the back of their head or their shoulder, but in the form, it's the cane. And now I'm yanking them along. So I've got this hooked into the nape of their neck. I am pulling them. I'm now pushing them with the other part of the cane and then flinging them down.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
43.
Ms. Turcotte, I'm going to have you continue with that for a couple minutes. Master Imler, if she gets stuck, please assist her. Mr. Gibson, are you ready to move on to the next part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember the next part?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Show me.
Right?
Yep.
Nice, John. Good. Good. Don't forget to pull into a cat stance there. Yep.
Toss it out. Hook under their arm. Right knee.
Oops.
Right knee. Left step. Right step. And toss.
After I wrap it around their neck, I wrap it.
That looked great, John.
Right knee. After, yeah. And right knee. There you go. Tammy, after you do the right knee, put your right foot forward. So do
Yes,
that.
ma'am. So I
Step it down, then move your left foot behind you. So right knee, yep, and then left foot behind you, and then step. So your right foot is forward on the takedown.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Master Bullard, so to confirm, after the top down, his left foot comes back into the,
Right?
the
Is that
temporary
better?
Yes, ma'am.
See, my belt's coming undone, ma'am.
I must not be working as hard as you are, ma'am.
Yes, left.
Right?
Okay, good.
We're almost at the end of the form, Mr. Akat. Is your brain full, or do you want to go a little bit further?
I can finish it, sir.
Good on you, ma'am. All right. The next technique after that fling is probably one of the more physically challenging moves in the form in terms of coordination, or at least based on my ability to do it, John's ability to do it, everybody else's ability to do it. It's tough. So again, I'm going to show us with me facing forward so you can see all of it, but we would really be facing the back of the room on this.
Yes, sir.
So let's see. Flung them down. Now, what I'm going to do from right here, I'm going to step my left foot forward towards the back of the room, so I'm in a left front stance facing the back of the room. The technique is a back fist followed by a circle and then catching the cane behind the back like this. Then stepping forward over the head, catching, and pulling them in. It's a lot. All right, so let's break that apart into chunks.
So I
Just flung them down.
He's getting there.
Yep. Good. Aye. Now, step your left foot towards the rear of the room. Left back fist or backhanded strike outward with the cane. Yep. Let that flow directly into a clockwise circle forward. Not yet. And don't catch behind the back yet. There's one more move there. Watch me.
Show me again, please,
Yep.
sir.
Here's what you just did, and this is real common. You went there, there. Here's what you need.
One more extra.
There, one circle, there.
Okay, yes, sir.
So, my right foot is forward,
You've got it.
move them down. I'm going to turn this way, here.
Yes. Just one circle, though. Yep, right behind the back, just like that.
Back fist.
That's it. So, yep, you got it, you got it. Okay, now from there, let go with your left hand. Bring the weapon all the way around in front. Catch with your left hand so that you're catching kind of at the base of the cane. Bring it all the way around and hook behind their head. Yep. Got my wrong foot forward. And then as you pull them in, we're going to shift from our front stance into a cat stance. Yep.
And that's two separate counts.
Ooh, give me a second.
The hook and the pull are two separate counts.
Yes.
Yeah.
48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, where am I goofing up my count, Mr. Gibson? So 64 is the front thrust kick. I think that's where I goofed up my count. Hang on. 48, 49, 50,
50,
51, 52, 53, 54, 55,
55,
56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 2, 3, 4, 60. I did it again. Now I'm one too high.
60 is the thrust
I
down.
was gonna say, this is 60. coming, the end of
That's a 60.
the breakout is 60.
So if that's 60, let's see, I think right here, 61, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 65, 66, 67, yep. Sorry, I forgot it was 67 and not 66 moves.
Oops.
I won't answer.
Does my circle, so I'm facing the back of the room and I do my back fist. My circle comes forward or backward.
Forward.
So I've back fist, circle,
And behind.
Yep.
behind, grab,
Step forward with the right as you do this, and hook as you shift back. Freeze.
Master Blumert, when you're coming around, as opposed to that first being necessarily the hook, I was told that it is the cane running into the side of their head. Now it's behind. The next one that I pull them forward is the hook.
Oh, sure.
Which made more sense to me because I'm smacking them, I'm pulling them in, then I'm getting rid of the hook because they're coming into my elbow.
Yeah, let me see if that is actually the way that I'm doing it. I think it might be. Boom, boom, there, wham. Yep. I guess I think of that initial one as this part of the cane hits the side of their neck, and then the next one is where you dig the point of your cane into them. Yeah, that absolutely, that makes sense. Good.
Step right. And step right. Bring it out, and now step right. Put it behind their head, pull them.
You've got a slight abbreviation of the circle there.
Master Boomer?
that didn't feel right.
Yes, Mr. Gibson.
Oh,
This is one like you mentioned before, this is one I struggled on a lot. And what I ended up starting to do, which has helped me, and I just realizing I'm doing it, I'm coming in for my back fist. I actually let the cane circle all the way around, pat off my arm, stop the momentum, and then start the
Ooh.
kind of like with nunchaku work, we use that to stop the.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't know if it's exactly correct.
It's understood. I'm just saying it helps me figure out, okay, which way is that supposed to go.
That makes sense, yeah. As long as you don't overly exaggerate it, we wouldn't want it to look like here with a full stop and then forward and catch, but that is absolutely the general motion. But it's actually the next, it's the next movement that I want to make a slight correction for Ms. Turcotte on, once she gets there.
She's coming. There we go.
I'm trying to figure out how. So instead of facing that way, I'm facing this way, and I'm going to come this way.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay?
Very good.
She's got to have her right foot
Oh,
forward.
sorry, I forget to move my
Think about it this way. When you're doing it, think 1, 2.
Yes, ma'am.
When you start to turn, it's 1.
Now, I'm turning to this way.
You're going to turn towards your back, the left foot will lead.
Back press. Circle. I want to do.
You're wanting to do more than one circle, and you don't have to. There, yep. There, yes.
There's no, yeah.
Is the crook of the cane away from the camera right now? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that is correct then. So, got my fling down, step forward, circle, bring it over, step forward to the right and catch. Good. All right. Now I'm going to pull into my into my cat stance. So my right foot just slides back as I crank the cane backward. Yep. This next move is kind of awkward feeling for a lot of people. We've wrenched them in, and now we're going to elbow strike them. As we do that, we're going to let the cane come back to our other arm. So I'm basically just going like that as I elbow. So I was here, there. Mm-hmm.
So pull it back, elbow.
Yep. Now from there, we're just going to do a left leg front thrust kick to get rid of them, right? So boom, kick them away. All right, and now I need to think a little bit about our direction here, because I know we keep shifting it. If I started facing the camera.
So I do all of that stuff facing the back of the room.
Yes, if I started right here, 48 is going to be right here, 49, 50, 51 facing the back of the room, 52, pull them in, 53, elbow, still facing the back of the room, guard comes up, 54, left leg front thrust kick towards the back of the room. Then, at the end of 54, I'm going to set my left foot down towards east. So I'm in a left back stance facing east with a guarding block. Yes. Is your hand up, Master Himmler?
Yep.
Sorry, I meant were you trying to get my attention?
Oh, no.
Okay. So the final part of the form, I'll do this facing this way so we can see. They're stepping in with a punch. I'm in my left back stance. I'm going to shift out into a left front stance. I'm going to catch that punch circling inward, right? So from here, I catch it, and I'm twisting the cane and pulling, right? So I've got their hand caught in here. I am then going to pivot and break their arm. Boom. Now, I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we'll talk about what we're really doing. I've broken their arm. That Pekat Polmakmaki that I just did, I'm going to put that into the crook of the cane, and then come up so that I've got the cane hooked over my elbow and my arm up like that. Yep. Just like that. You can have the back end of the cane a little bit higher. All right, so we got them there. I am going to rock them forward. Yep. And then I'm going to throw with Osotogari. So I just take my right foot, throw. Okay. After I throw, before I set that foot down, I am unwinding, step down into a straddle stance. You shall not pass. Ayah!
Ayah! Ay.
So what we're actually doing there, they step in with their punch, I catch that punch. I would be breaking their arm, their hand is still trapped in the crook of the cane, and then I would be winding underneath their arm, hitting them in the face, hooking, boom, and then finishing them off. For formality's sake, though, that Pekat Polmak comes right into the crook of the cane. And it's just because that's the way the form is. I think it keeps us from wobbling all over with those techniques. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see. I'm in my straddle stance facing east, so knot of my belt is facing east. My left foot is going to move counterclockwise 90 degrees, so I'm facing the front of the room. Hand comes back up to cover chest, and then we just do our break-in, break-out again. exactly the same way that we did before. Yeah. And then our left foot returns, and nobody ever wants to return with the left foot on this one because we've already been working on this this jumping position where at the end of it we step forward, but just like all of our other black belt forms, left foot at the very end. That all make sense?
Yes, sir.
And I have a training partner.
I see that. Yeah, I can't really work with weapons at home because the cats will absolutely jump at them. All right, guys.
Yeah, you just said I'm good enough.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off our recording. So for everyone who's watching this at home, thank you for joining us today. Annyeong-hee, Kashyap Seo, and Bao.